Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Bene, questa volta
I've seen the state of the race with my own eyes, ladies, gents, and mad malcontents. If you wanted an update, here's your chance. So far, we've mostly seen gauntlet runner skirmishes and dueling mayhem. Now it's time for the real thing. Sounds like we've lost a few candidates already too. Poor bastards went after something too nasty for their head hunt and got themselves head hunted. We've got some candidates who have outright given up. No confidence. Can't blame them against these odds. And some others have bought and sold out of the race.
Come on! That's a bit unfair, isn't it?
I suppose money's power like anything else. Military strength's not meant to decide this race anyhow.
The question is, what's our final head count going to look like? Lots of unknowns left, people, and we'll not know the truth until the exhibition.
se non avresti usato la macchina del tempo ora avresti perso la conversazione. Già, assolutamente sì, perché se no conosco benissimo i miei polli, quelli di Atlas. Quando succedono queste cose e perdo punti, mi rode un po' il culo, ma leggermente.
A little bird told me one of our contenders has made a bold play in Martira. They might not even come out of it with a head.
What are they scheming then? Let's hear some details.
Sorry, chums, I'm just the crier. Can't speak for any one candidate in particular. Luckily, you'll not have long to wait now. With all that said, can't help but wonder how Count Luis is taking this, can we? My sources say he's not bothered with any of this. He's still gallivanting across the land, killing humans. And yet, even without a formal entry, Luis's voter base is still growing. Bound to have His Eminence Forden grinding his teeth that, for now, let's enjoy the show!
Right, everyone. Farewell said, particulars packed.
Ah, perché tu hai l'esame di stato quest'anno? Az! In bocca al lupo. Preparati per bene, eh?
All that remains is to ride to Oceania with pride in our hearts.
Watch out, Luis. You won't know what hit you.
Well then, off to the races, what? Old Barden's given me a detailed map of the area.
Sounds like quite a journey. I hope it won't be as bumpy as last time.
Oh no, it'll be a sight smoother. But you've got wings. What are you fussing for?
Oh, there it is. Should have known the fatigue would hit eventually. About time I got some sleep. Heis, mate. Why are you on my bed? You're positively miniature, man. There are plenty of other places fit for you to sleep.
Essere tascabile.
Yes. Splendid. Just magnificent.
What is he dreaming about?
I hope you've no designs on taking my bed. I have cut men down for less.
Friends like these.
Now then.
Prossima tappa, Brailhaven. Porca miseria, mi sono dimenticato di togliere l'automatico. Brailhaven, la capitale del Principato di Oceana. Partendo da Martira, dirigendoci verso sud alla massima velocità, ci vorranno 4 giorni e 3 notti per arrivare. Ottimo. No, però mancano ancora 2 anni e io già sto ripetendo per l'esame che ci sarà tra 2 anni.
Wow!
Se non perderò la mia sanità mentale, così non so come la perderò in futuro. Cioè, scusami, tu stai... No, però mancano ancora 2 anni. Cioè, tu stai studiando la roba che fai quest'anno per l'esame di Stato? Che adesso si studia tutta la roba che si è fatta negli ultimi 3 anni delle superiori. Quindi quella è Brailhaven.
Oh, hey!
È una grande città che vive di commerci, in buona parte per via della vicinanza al mare. Già mi immagino la fiumana di persone che arriverà per l'atto di coraggio. Ci saranno tutte le persone che erano rimaste bloccate per via della frana. Tieni gli occhi aperti, Newrest, ok?
Ha! Tally-ho, then!
Ehi, con chi credi di parlare? Ci penso io. Prossima fermata, Brailhaven, capitale di Oceana.
Gauntlet runner sighted!
Nemici in arrivo. Ancora la signorina. Ehi, dico a te, in quel trasfertore laggiù non ti lascerò diventare re sotto il mio naso. Sai, ho pochissima pazienza, questo significa che se non vieni subito fuori, bang! La signorina ha parlato, immagino che voi altri accetterete la sfida, ma certo.
Certainly.
It's you! So we meet again! Maybe you got the better of me
Give me a break, lady! Ever heard of learning from your mistakes? Sorry, but we don't intend to lose either.
Oh, big talk. Well, I'm willing to rewrite my record if that's what it takes to be queen. My people are suffering as we speak. Who's gonna save the Parapus if I don't give it all I've got? I promised them all I'd become queen. You're all decent people, got nothing against you, but I'm not holding back.
My cue, I think. Let's have a spot of inventive ingenuity.
Looks like you've gotten stronger. And so have we. Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
Power of kings! I have my methods.
Run if you want, but you can't. It's time to go offensive. Withdrawing. Pierce.
Right on target. Nice one, Stroll.
I will fight with pride. Let's work together. Not this. Come forth, royal soul. Wizard! Burn!
You have their weakness. That's your opening, Captain.
Ready to lose?
We stand together!
Tutti i nemici ne riduce la precisione dell'illusione per 3 turni.
Perhaps for all that we strive for! Not now. Allies, together!
Let's do this!
Oh, mystic fire!
You're put them right in their weak
Minchia
spot.
che botta! Sì, perché no?
How about this?
Last chance to give up?
I call upon royal power within. This better hit! Tougher than I thought.
Why are you so strong, damn you? But this is where the real fight begins. Get ready to get stomped.
I see your game.
Finesse. Beautiful dodge, Heisman.
I won't hold back! We'll do this together! No, this won't work. To the rear guard. Come forth, royal soul!
You have their weakness. That's your opening, Captain.
You are good.
Commander! This won't do. Comrades, lend me your strength.
You can do this!
Burn!
784, porco due quante
No.
patate.
Why? Why? I trained so much for this. This isn't supposed to happen.
Ciambella antistress.
That'll do.
I'll strive for greater heights.
Even I had more to learn.
To greater heights.
Il diavolo!
I've lost.
Se ti avessi battuto ti avrei detto di unirti a me, ma wow, quel potere che hai è davvero sorprendente. Aspetta, no, quello... Maledizione ho perso ancora, ok. La prossima volta vincerò io. Aspetta e vedrai, hai capito? Caterina, fatti forza! Ho visto il tuo trasvettore e ti ho seguita. Sei tenace come dicono. È Eudoricas. Per chi mi hai preso? Ah, chiedo venia, so benissimo che sei la grande Caterina Gran. Lo sanno tutti qui. Infatti ripongo in tutte le loro speranze in te.
Oh.
Tutta questa gente sta emigrando per cercare lavoro? Anche se potrebbero lasciarci la pelle? Che altre possibilità hanno i paripus come loro? Sarà anche pericoloso, ma per fare una frittata bisogna rompere qualche uova. Aspetta, Eudoricas. Prendi questi e vedi se riesci a impedire che se ne vadano tutti, almeno per il momento.
Ehi!
Ottime notizie, gente! Caterina ci ha fatto una generosa donazione. Oh, grazie, almeno per oggi potremo mangiare.
Listen to me!
Ascoltate, gente, so che sono tempi difficili, ma questo tipo di lavoro non è la risposta. Se riuscite a resistere soltanto un altro po', giuro che sistemerò tutto e che per noi andrà meglio.
Well then.
Questo è parlare. Crediamo in te, Caterina. Ho guadagnato quel denaro uccidendo un mostro qualche giorno fa. Volevo sfruttarlo per avviare la mia campagna per il trono. È un piccolo prezzo da pagare per aiutare la mia gente, ma durerà al massimo qualche settimana. Ripartiranno per cercare lavoro in me che non si dica. È assurdo che la gente debba morire per guadagnarsi da vivere. Già. Tutti quei riccastri sono felicissimi quando i paripus accettano queste condizioni.
Oh, make it happen.
Quando salirò al trono, la prima cosa che farò sarà mettere una taglia sulle loro maledette teste. Ci hanno spremuto fino all'ultima goccia, quindi ricambierò il favore. Funzionerà? No, a dire il vero non ne ho idea. Se le cose resteranno così, molta di quella gente non sopravviverà. E non posso chiedere a chi soffre la fame oggi di aspettare domani mentre io penso a una soluzione. Sai, io ho solo avuto fortuna. Ho avuto la forza di per cavarmela e sopravvivere. Ma la verità è che la maggior parte della gente questa forza non ce l'ha. Hanno bisogno di qualcuno che li aiuti.
That's why.
Dovresti saperlo meglio di chiunque altro. Chi è in grado di agire deve farlo, altrimenti in questo mondo non cambierà mai un bel niente. Resterà marcio com'è. Quelli di altre tribù dicono che non ci si può fare nulla. Ma è solo perché vogliono che i paripus siano inferiori a loro.
It just ain't right.
Se i paripus migliorassero la propria condizione, coloro che li sfruttano si troverebbero in difficoltà. Quella gente vuole che questo mondo perverso resti così com'è. Cambiamo le cose.
Sure.
È proprio quello che ho intenzione di fare lui. E visto che chiunque può salire al trono, ora è l'occasione perfetta, il che significa che non potrò cederti questa opportunità.
Thanks.
Grazie mille, Rui. Saremo anche nemici, ma mi piace parlare così con te. Non ho ancora il potere che mi serve, ad ogni modo ho contatto il centro di reclutamento. Ora dovremmo ricevere ricompense migliori delle taglie, quindi vai a controllare. Dobbiamo continuare ad abbattere quei mostri, insieme porteremo la pace in questo mondo. Oh.
Now.
Carnazione eroica.
A new power.
Oh.
I'm not letting anyone die.
Lottatore pugile. Taglia bonus. Aumenta il denaro delle taglie ricevute ai centri di reclutamento in ogni città. Bello. Bello. Puoi studiare l'archetipo pugile. L'accademia. Ok. Va bene.
Port Brailhaven, capital of the Principality of Oceania, the western annexed state of Uchronia. A vivacious city, Brailhaven is port of call to ships of both
Porto
trade
militare del
and
regno.
war, bustling with hardy
Tipo Palom
sailors,
Polum
from the
di Final
natural
Fantasy
wonders
XIII.
caused by Magla to the Colosseum's contests of strength. People flock here to see the marvels of a city that never sleeps. The sea guides the gauntlet runner into the city alongside a warm, salty breeze.
It's the ocean! Just look! There's water all the way to the horizon! It's kind of like the capital, but totally different!
Yes. The City of Water, BRAILHAVEN.
Oh no. È Luca di Final Fantasy X. Ricorda anche l'altra città, quella di Final Fantasy XV.
Sancta Godot, you've brought us quite a magnificent head. How do you think it'll stack up against your competitors?
With the warrior monks at my side, there is nothing we cannot accomplish. But I won't presume to know the rankings. I humbly leave it in God's hands.
Lineup's a bit conventional for my taste so far. Oh, here comes our mysterious little underdog now. Stir things up a bit here, will
Misterioso
ya?
sfavorito, sì, sì, certo.
Ah, would you look at these spectacular gauntlet runners? They must all be worthy of kings.
Looks like Luis is still the only one with a Skyrunner, though.
No, I'm sure those blasted clergymen have some mechanism for it too. The Sanctus Church funded the Skyrunners to begin with. If you can call that flying, of course. All just piffling about with levitation magic. Only a passing acquaintanceship to real aerodynamics. Birds have never needed magic to fly. Just the mechanical ingenuity of the feathered wing. That's the kind of breakthrough I'd like to make. You'll see, eh? One day, I'll make those wings reality, and we'll soar like birds.
Non vedo l'ora.
I'm looking forward to it.
Good. I'll have you run in the sky with me. Mark my words.
If it isn't the pretentious little gallant and his cronies. If it isn't the walking headache. Well. No head to be seen. Weren't you talking big about chasing down that Heismay fiend?
You're referring to me, yes?
You're the man. This is a joke, is it? He's your great and terrible bounty. You know there's still time to drop out before you humiliate yourself in front of the masses.
Say what you wish. He is one of us. 'Tis not his head we are offering.
Truly? You're allied with a wanted criminal? Are you all mad? Oh, your public humiliation will be quite a sight. Come, Hector!
Secondo me succede qualche cosa. Ne sono assolutamente sicuro, succede qualcosa.
And that was?
A candidate and one of Luis's henchmen. We don't exactly see eye to eye.
Confound it. No damn parking spaces left. Well, let's look for somewhere a bit less unpleasantly populated.
Tomorrow is finally the exhibition to present all the heads. I really hope Joanna shows up.
You needn't all sleep here tonight, you know? I can stay and wait for the cavalry. Got to give the old girl a tune-up anyway, don't I?
'Tis much appreciated. In that case, we should look for an inn about the city. And we must sample the local delights. They've far better seafood than in the capital.
Niente di troppo bizzarro, spero.
Hope it's nothing too weird.
You've nothing to fear. Truly, I find most living things are edible.
You need higher standards, lady.
Certo.
If you're sure, Nurse, then we'll leave it to you. Me, I long for a proper bed.
So be it. Let's find ourselves some lodging.
Enjoy your start.
Kind of freaky.
Boh.
Well, should
Beh,
have figured they'd be out
dovevo
of the upper
aspettarmelo
rooms
che i
with all the
posti.
travelers in town.
Beh, sono scemo io, sta parlando lui.
Tis a far cry from the runner, at least. I am full glad to stretch my legs again.
Did you see that giant bug just now? It was like the size of my head. It's gotta be poisonous.
Oh, pull yourself together. It's just insect.
Lui è un pipistrello, dovrebbe cibarsi di insetti. Ma che cazzo?
Well, listen to you. You can't have lived in a giant sandworm den and been afraid of bugs,
infatti.
surely.
Hence the hut.
That's why you lived in that hut.
More importantly, we must discuss tomorrow's proceedings.
Right. We meet up with Joanna, then get to the exhibition after that. Joanna will admit to the crime. The guilt of a sanctoress, especially of her status, will guilt Forden by association. That should make an impression on Louise.
Yet for all this, we need Joanna herself. Do you truly think she will join us?
Io ho una paura incredibile. Succederà qualcosa. Cioè, le cose sono due. O ci ho fatto il doppio gioco, oppure l'ammazzano prima. Però dobbiamo fidarci di lei.
We have to trust her.
She chose to offer her own head instead of the monster's. If you ask me, she'd not have done that if she didn't believe it truly was her child. At least in part. I believe she expressed genuine parental love. I want to believe that, at least.
And what if she ends up not showing up? I mean, you're the one who got the worst of all of this in the first place.
If it comes to that, you've still got my head for the dais.
No, non lo faremo
After
mai.
all, the bounty still says I'm a kidnapper.
Balderdash will not sacrifice an innocent life for our victory. But your offer speaks highly of your spirit.
Right. We've done what we can do. All that's left is to keep our chins up and face the competition head on.
Too early yet to retire for the night. We could drop by one of the local pubs. Listen for what perks our ears. And while we're at it, might as well sit down to a proper supper, eh? Could be my last, after all.
Oh, haha, very funny. But I guess good info is important. Let's go check it out.
Già.
What are we without beauty? What do we care for promises and speeches from repulsive mouths? Beauty is everything, and it is time our country reflected that.
Sounds like the candidates have started their speeches. Let's listen in for a bit.
Boh.
With all skills and talents equal, would you see the crown atop an ugly head or a handsome one? Beauty is power. Lack one, you should lack the other. When I take the throne, all the hideous will be stripped of their titles. Together, we shall build a nation ruled only by radiant, everlasting paragons of beauty.
I love you, Lobelo! I love you forever!
Madonna la voce.
Well, he has a point about what people tend to follow.
What? This really doesn't bother you? It isn't right.
You'd rather wait for a king who was always right, then?
Enough about appearance. A beautiful face cannot win wars. Without military power, the crown's voice means nothing. When I am king, I will establish a unified nation with a Rousseau tribe at its head. Our tribes, our status, they mean something. You could stray from a monolith,
but it will still remain. There can be no true peace without using the power we command!
Hear, hear! For Roosevelt pride!
What pride is there in seizing power by force? Disgraceful.
When I'm queen, all the land's corrupt upper classes will be wanted men! We'll have our guillotines sharpened and our wallets open! Those who thought to tilt the world with their heavy coffers will be a head lighter! We'll split their fortunes and toast to our health!
Preach it, Katharina! You're just what this land needs!
Wouldn't the first target be the one on the throne, then?
Everyone's just shouting all their ideals out.
These candidates are all pathetic. Nobody here even compares to Lord Luis.
Luis isn't even in the running, lad. Poor Blight is afraid of losing to Sanctifex Forden.
You've got it backwards, geezer. He's just not wasting his time on these windbags.
I confess, I know not how to feel.
Già.
'Tis unprecedented. Never before have our citizens come together in the street in broad daylight and shared their true feelings on king and kingdom.
Indeed. Is this really the kind of change His Majesty wanted? Maybe I'm overthinking it.
Let's go in. If we hang around too long here, we're bound to get dragged into a nasty argument.
È incredibile comunque che quell'evento ha cambiato tutto. Scombussolato un mondo legato a delle tradizioni
When I'm king,
brutte.
pleasures will rule the city. A bar on every block and a flagon in every hand. All you can drink, all year round.
Woo! Next round's on Loveless!
Let fools be content with their fool dreams. Grant me the crown, and I will make our kingdom powerful beyond imagining.
Most powerful? Doesn't really mean anything, does it? Aren't you another one of Luis's flunkies, hound? Stop barking and get back to your master.
Always about that goddamn Luis. I've been in the guard just as long as he has, you swine.
Quite a lively crowd. Looks like a great many of them came all the way here to watch the competition.
That lad there, he's an elder, isn't he? Are you a candidate too?
Well, strike me down, you're right. Never seen one of you blokes before. Might be out of luck in the race, though. You'll not stand a chance.
Sei proprio sicuro?
Mind. A drunk's words weigh nothing.
Wow, there are fish swimming in front of the store.
Ah, I've heard of this. 'Tis on the customer to fish up a catch, and the chefs will prepare it for eating.
I admit, I'm curious. Shall I sing a shanty for you as you take up rod and reel, Captain?
Figata, finalmente possiamo pescare. Se si può fare veramente. Sì! Ah. Pescato una creatura bizzarra inquietante.
Is that really edible? It doesn't look quite natural.
Hulkenberg, ti prego.
By all means, let us try it.
Did she even look at it?
Why, tis delicious!
Io non ci posso credere. Cioè, si vede proprio che è velenoso, fa schifo. Hulkenberg. Ma quanto è cute.
The aroma of the sea simply floods the mouth. Ah, and what splendid crunch it has.
I guess I'll try a bite. I mean, they wouldn't let us fish up anything outright inedible.
Aia.
I hope.
Non facciamo gli schizzinosi, è una prelibatezza. Almeno moriremo insieme. Vediamo un po'. Almeno moriremo insieme.
At least we'll die together.
Oh, well, I was the one who suggested fishing. Right. The noble thing to do is see it through. Oh, it's rather slimy for my liking.
I said nothing since Hulkenberg seemed to enjoy it so much, but if you're going to eat an unknown fish, might you not at least sear it first?
Tis fine enough without, I say.
You need way higher standards, lady.
In effetti, finalmente una cosa sensata l'ha detta.
Excuse me, friends. Don't mean to interrupt your meal. I'm Batlin, a church crier for the tournament. Maybe you remember me. Sounds like you made a hell of a splash in Martyra, huh? Felling a vicious beast's one thing, but not many candidates took it figuratively.
Perché mi è venuto in mente Troy McClure? Forse vi ricordate di me per quei comizi che faccio prima di ogni capitolo importante. Allora, dovevo fare qualcosa. Come l'hai saputo? Stiamo cercando di mangiare. Dai, non vogliamo essere scortesi. Come l'hai saputo, infatti?
How did you hear about all this?
It's a crier's business to hear things. So, do you have a head ready?
Well, let's see. Got a head right here, I suppose.
Lips sealed, huh? Well, I'm certainly looking forward to the exhibition then. Especially considering the diversity of your little party. I've always preferred to chase an interesting lead over a sure bet. Can't help it, I'm afraid. So, I'll have a keen eye out for you, all right?
That crier's an odd one. Not really what you'd expect from a Sanctus promoter.
In effetti.
Who is he?
È strano come personaggio.
Rumor has it that young candidate hasn't brought a head. Wonder what he's playing at.
Whatever it is, he's about to get a sharp lesson in the ways of the world, poor lad.
No, non è vero.
I think he's worth keeping an eye on. Keep it under your hats, chums. But his power may rival Count Luis. I think he's just the ingredient we need to spice this race up a bit.
Right. Just got back from the pub, did you?
You wound me. Nobody trusts a radical, huh? I expect you'll see for yourself.
Joanna e Bardon dovrebbero raggiungere la città in mattinata. E immagino che faranno una capatina al nostro trasvettore. Nurse dovrà essere lì per accoglierli. Quindi dovremo tornare al trasvettore alle prime luci del mattino. Non posso uscire, vero? Ok, dormiamo allora. Dove posso dormire? Qui.
Look at that.
Good night.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
The man's sloshed. Again.
No, ancora.
What happened to waiting for our guests? You utter buffoon! Is this why you volunteered to stay behind?
Seems like Joanna and Barden aren't here yet.
Oh no.
I feared this might happen. And we've no other head to offer the judges. 'Tis a precarious position.
Restiamo calmi.
Let's all stay calm, all right?
Ah! I'm going to splash some water on my face.
My sincerest apologies. I wasn't expecting anyone to come in. You see...
How did you come to be here? Explain yourself!
Is something the matter, Barden?
They were here the whole time?
I'm so terribly sorry. We heard the Gauntlet Runner had a washroom, so we thought we'd freshen up a bit. I bathed first and was resting in the back room, contemplating my final day as a sanctoress.
Sir Nuris over there very decently let us in to wash up.
I couldn't stand it, old thing. Her heart would bring any right-thinking man to tears. Could have run like a ballet thief in the night, but
Nura,
here
sembra
she
sei un
is,
coglione.
washing away her sins. It was more than a chap could bear, I say. Needed a drop of the grape and grain just to get myself through it.
The bottle's barely any emptier. Was a drop really all it took to get you drunk?
Oh, please do not blame the poor man. Talking to him has eased my heart for the trials to come. I cannot let myself betray you and regress to my vile delusions. I only sought to atone with myself before my sins are duly punished.
I understand. Thank you for coming. Then, as we agreed, please confess before the crowd when the time comes. To be honest, I'm hesitant to turn you in now you've genuinely decided to repent. I mean, we're hardly icons of virtue ourselves.
Vero.
In fairness, you're a woman of status, and it'll be a big crowd. We're not looking to instigate a public stoning here. You can explain yourself freely, in your own words. We can't ask anything more than that.
Thank you. Truly, I've felt so much more at peace since last we spoke. The fog has only cleared further, giving me clarity of purpose.
A fog, huh?
Thank you for everything. I do hope you win the throne.
È ciò che intendo fare.
Yes, I intend to.
Whoever the crown goes to, we're at least going to make sure it isn't used for evil.
At last, it seems our preparations are set. We need only trust that our plans will bear fruit.
Thank you all for waiting. The very first round of the tournament for the throne, the exhibition of the brave, is about to begin. Our monarchs-to-be will now present to the people the heads they seized to demonstrate their power as worthy of the throne. At a later date, when the second round is announced, the faces on the King's Rock, that is to say, the candidates with the top 20 approval ratings, will pass the first round.
20? 'Tis a great many eliminations in but one round.
I was hoping we'd at least make it through the first, but it might not be that simple.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, your eyes to the lineup of all the gorgeous faces at the judges' table, starting with His and Her Highnesses of Oceania and Montario.
Oh, it's her ladyship.
Lord Montario's here too, eh? And the armor on that fellow over there? A general, is he?
And of course, we have the one, the only, the people's favorite, our guest from the Sanctus Church, better known as the Miracle Saint, healer of all ills, presenting the lovely Lady Rella Cygnus!
Saint? Who's this? Someone fill me in. I've been literally living in a hole.
A brilliant healer. We've met, though a long time ago. Even as a student, she was already considered the kingdom's best in her field.
Looks like the crowd's on your side, milady. Can you give us a few words about what's on your mind as you take on the judge's mantle?
Well, I'm afraid you've rather got me on the spot. Hello, all. This city sure has, great seafood. And,
così.
Well, sea creatures. Fascinating, aren't they? There's so much we still don't know about them. Oh, I did hear about a legend of some monster in the eastern seas of Oceania. Imagine, the mind races. I'm hoping I can investigate those sightings while I'm here.
That's just great, Lady Rella. I'll just stop you there, clock's ticking and all that. But we're thrilled you're enjoying your stay.
Sometimes I can hardly believe you're my sister. Still not much of a public speaker, are you?
So she's a saint?
Well, she seems like a nice enough lady.
We'd better stop worrying about her and focus on ourselves. I don't see Luis anywhere, but I bet he's got eyes in the crowd.
Now, the time has come. Let the exhibition of the brave begin! First up is a respected gentleman of the church. Godot, the head of the monk soldiers of the Crown Theocracy!
Questa è la testa che ha portato lui. Mua, un pesce.
I've no taste for needless killing. Therefore, I chose a mark with meat, abundant and edible. After the judging, it will be served in a banquet for the poor.
A stand-up fellow, my good people! Strength and compassion in one package!
Bah.
He's got the crowd on his side right from the start! Now, is there anyone who can top this?
I can.
And we have a challenger! Second in line is the church's direct opposition, the spearhead of Count Luis's supporters, Gladel the Black Hound!
One look at the head and I know what you're thinking. Bit small, isn't it? Well, I can bloody well tell you I'm not like this smarmy git who fished up his dinner. I'll tell you what this is. Behold, the head of a hideous human!
Where's your proof?
Yes, the young sod's right. How do we know that's really a human?
What drivel! Look at the thing! You think a normal beast could have a face like this?
Probably
Coglione.
just made the damn thing yourself.
Oh, useless as ever. Did it never occur to him that the average citizen has never seen a human?
Now, everyone, let's have a little composure, please. Candidate Gladel, we're very much obliged. You may step down. Now, on to the next!
The size of that thing. Is that the monster of the Eastern Sea?
Someone took the beastie down.
Allora è One Piece veramente, il mare orientale,
I'd heard tell of a
i re dei
monster
mari.
tormenting the people of this beautiful port city. I could do no less than grant them respite from their suffering. Such is the duty of those with power.
Who expected anything less? His Eminence Borden is simply in another class. Suddenly the critics have all gone quiet. All I hear is gratitude.
Borden's trophy is more impressive than I expected. How are we going to make a stronger impression than that?
It's not looking great.
If he'd gone after us, the reaction would mean we'd have been written off no matter what we presented. Let's count ourselves lucky and trust in our strategy.
Now, no dirty looks, you lot. Next is the Pagan Assassin's Prize. Let's see what head we've got now. Thank you, Candidate Julian, for that helpful, exhaustive, and I think exhausting explanation. Whew. Now, we've had quite a succession up here, but our last is coming up now. This should wrap up our show. Now, if the last candidate, the Elden Boy, would please join us on the stage.
Where's their head?
Your pardon, madam, but would you happen to be the Lady of Martyra? Joanna, the Sanctoress?
Indeed. The head they've brought is mine.
The impudence. You dare offer an honored lady of the church before these judges? This is not to be borne.
I've got something to say to you too. That you chief there. Isn't that Heismay? The same damn criminal you were supposed to be chasing?
That's the infamous Heismay. The huge chief of all things.
This. After we saved your hide on the road.
Silence! He may be a former knight, but now he's a heinous criminal who stooped to kidnapping. Anyone who claims themselves his ally should be disqualified on the spot.
Please, wait. I have something I must confess to you all. You speak of the kidnappings that terrorized my home, Martira. I am here to confess that the true culprit behind those atrocities was me. I was the caretaker of a hideous human in the basement of my castle. And to feed it, I abducted the innocent people of my own city.
Colpo di scena.
Absurd! Speak sense, woman!
Master Heisme is innocent in all this. He was framed for crimes performed by my hand and in my name.
And I, Barden, Captain of Martira's Guard Corps, stand to vouch for all that she said.
Just so. It was this young candidate who killed that human, cleared me of the false charges, and dispelled the shadow over Martira.
Thus, here I stand. My head is his to offer.
That's... well, that's quite a turn of events. We have our head, ladies and gentlemen, and it's unlike any we've seen yet.
How is this believable? She's an imposter. She's got to be.
Of course. That, or they're putting words in the poor woman's mouth. A sanctoress would never.
What will His Eminence Forden do?
The Honorable Master Godot should know whether I and my words can be trusted.
'Tis true to the last word, isn't it?
Yes, Your Eminence. Without question.
Young candidate, you have done well to bring about her repentance. Now, justice must be rendered.
What? Right here and now? Your Eminence, a moment!
Thank you for your concern. But I have no objections. For a sinner like me, to confess the truth to the
Io
people
penso che andasse tutto
has
al
already
contrario,
been more
invece.
than I deserved.
Sono...
O new king. It is my hope that you will rid the world of its twisted prejudices and common cruelties. Please, lead this country armed with the truth.
Così sarà, lo prometto.
I will. I promise.
Porca! Non me l'aspettavo. Non me l'aspettavo.
Well, folks, sometimes that's just how the curtain falls. If Sanctifex Forden turned in the biggest head, then our dark horse here has certainly turned in the heaviest. What an upset, ladies and gents! Who could see this coming?
Those crazy kids have done it again.
What a show!
Wow. 49. Dopo quanto è successo all'atto, molta gente sembra avermi notato. Speriamo questo ci avvicini al nostro obiettivo di salvare il principe. Non me l'aspettavo, ragazzi. Non me l'aspettavo per niente.
Barden just departed, wishing everyone well. I suppose he aims to reach Martira before Joanna's confession does.
And Forden himself. I hardly expected the man to make himself so visible.
Likely his attempt at redirection. Keeps the blame from falling on him and the church. Can't say it didn't work, I suppose. I'm certainly not blameless in this either. It was my suggestion to make an impression by foregoing the pursuit of a monster's head in favor of a person's.
I guess, but...
Nevertheless, the Lady Joanna entrusted her final wishes to us, and we mustn't betray them. It's all we can do, really.
Not bad, pups.
You were passing on the course of a human hunt. You gave a most distinctive showing.
I suppose you're worth introducing ourselves to. I'm Fidelio, that's Basilio. Luis's right-hand men, see?
And now you walk with a Ujif at your side. Each ally of a different tribe. Fascinating.
Better to have dependable friends than familiar ones. Something we've got in common.
Not only did you expose a failing of the Sanctus Church, but you dared to bring her alive so Forden himself could do the grisly part before all his flock.
That was not our intent.
Oh, same idea, yeah? A real person's head gets more eyes on you than some decapitated beast. And now, you're the names on everyone's lips, aren't you?
Già.
Right.
Oddio, ho anticipato.
It worked for us.
Well said. It's quite a feat for a no-name candidate to so deftly rub Forden's face in the dirt. A wake-up call, I'm sure, for those who only know his honeyed words.
Oh, Lord Luis, we really should be going.
Relax. They're in the middle of a conversation.
I like a show of strength as much as the next girl, but I do so hate violent spectacles. A view from the sky sounds so much more enchanting, don't you think?
So this is what's become of Luis. There was something eerie to him even as a lad, but I'd never expected him to reach such heights.
Do you suppose we have his attention?
Last time he told us we had to demonstrate our power first. I'd like to think that if he went out of his way to talk to us, that's something we earned.
Oh, loves, I've got a message from Count Luis. He says he'll be sending a messenger along soon, so stay in the city, would you? And I have to say, I might not want to let you out of my sight either.
Inquietante questa comunque.
Master Luis was just here. What happened?
Well, he just left. You weren't told?
We'd better be getting back as well.
Damn it. What's so special about those fools?
Invidioso, eh?
Luis is having a go for Popeye, eh? Are you officially all flunkies in arms now, then?
Potrebbe essere una trappola.
It might be a trap.
Don't get cold feet now. We knew going in that any plan to win his favor would be dangerous.
We have finally taken the first step in saving His Highness the Prince. If we can get the formula, then we yet have a chance of lifting the curse.
How fares His Highness, anyway? He still fights?
I took a look in the Farsight mirror a while ago. He's still asleep. But nothing's changed about his condition.
And do we know where this formula is?
No, but he's bound to keep it somewhere secret if it's evidence linking him to the assassination. Still, a formula would be useless unless it's within arm's reach for emergencies.
If it's something he'd keep close, then...
Se è qualcosa che deve tenere vicino a sé, allora... È incisa sul suo corpo? Può essere. Ce l'ha in tasca, nel suo nel trasvettore mai. Sicuramente qualcosa che ha addosso.
Maybe he's engraved it directly on his body.
Yeah, somehow I doubt he'd literally carve incriminating evidence onto his skin. It'd be backwards in a mirror besides. It's more likely to be in his runner.
Do you really suppose it would be in the runner he uses even today? The incident was near a decade ago.
It's as good a chance as any. Getting inside would be a pain for anyone else, including us.
He said he would send a messenger. Perhaps it would be wise to wait until we've heard his missive.
Good point. Let's just wait for word then.
Joanna! A backwater sanctuarist denies me my moment of triumph! She defiles the very church itself. Oh, and naturally it was an elder of all people who stood her before me. Will that benighted tribe never stop dogging my heels?
An idea occurs, Your Eminence. For the tournament's next challenge,
Let us center the competition on a show of piety. Make them prove their Sanctus faith. After all, Sanctism is the state religion. It would be the barest of leaps to suggest that loyalty to the Church is loyalty to the state.
I assume you have a plan?
Altaberry's our next destination. The very seat of the faith outside the capital. I thought we might propose another hunt. This time for relics.
Ah, the so-called divine relics. Those false idols the pagans consider relics of their gods.
What need does the world have for gods beyond ours? Soon, they will talk of nothing but how to win the Sanctus Church's favor. Your Eminence's influence would be sure to reach even greater heights.
And in the pagan lands, the greedier candidates will plunder and pillage for idols as they see fit. Fine footholds for our missionaries, all without getting our hands dirty. The collection of divine relics should be a spectacle held on Saint's Day. Our divine right will be undeniable. Once I take the throne, I will re-establish that these relics originally belonged to the Sanctus Church, and that they were ransacked from us in the course of history.
Your Eminence, on that day, I should be grateful to be honored with a proper title.
Say no more. A concession only fair for the right hand of the Sanctifex.
Ever at your service. You do not bow your head.
Oh, humblest apologies.
What troubles you, my child?
Well, my concern would be about the risks involved. Some theories suggest even the royal scepter was originally one of these relics. In the unlikely event that a divine relic were to be found to nullify the king's magic...
If such a relic existed, it would have been found long ago. You burden yourself with such fears. All you need to do is be a good saint. Smile, wave, and bless.
Rella, you are to return to the royal capital and gather the people under my banner.
Understood.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Hello? A word. Some odd blighter left a letter for you last night. Said he was Louis's man. Night Prowler, today, come. Bit curt if I'm honest, hardly diplomatic. Seems like this Night Prowler place is some sort of pub or club. But do you know where it is?
On the city's outskirts. Seemed fairly dingy to my eyes. I can't imagine Louis at a haunt like that.
You think it's a trap? Maybe he's caught on to us?
If he wanted to trap us, I doubt he would make it so obvious. Though that doesn't guarantee our safety there, of course.
We have little other option but to show up.
I'll hang about in the runner. Keep myself busy with tinkering. Let me know if you talk yourself onto Louis's craft, eh?
Right then. Let's be off to this Night Prowler.
In nottambulo, eh?
Well, look who it is. Appreciate you coming out.
So it was you two.
You expected us to roll out the red carpet right into our headquarters. Consider this a pre-show. Still, you really are just a kid, aren't you?
And you're one to talk?
I wouldn't go having a laugh at me big brother's expense. That's when I get to step in and make some points for my own life.
You are brothers. And he is the elder?
And here I thought the Magnus brothers' name was making the rounds. Shame that. It's fine. First offense and all won't kill you yet. Besides, Lord Louis has taken quite a shine to you lot. Before we let you see him, I have a question. I want you to think long and hard before you answer, right?
L'intero locale ci guarda in
What
modo
kind
strano,
of king
vabbè.
are you selling yourself to be exactly? Go on, let's have the pitch.
Allora, la cosa è che noi stiamo parlando con un seguace di Luis. Ma quello che mi chiedo è, avrà una conseguenza la mia scelta, il fatto che io voglio diventare re, o non lo voglio diventare? Però dobbiamo parlare comunque con un seguace di Luis, lo dobbiamo convincere.
To be honest, I don't really want to be king. Hmm? Of course you don't. If you did, we'd kill you on the spot. You're not doing yourself any favors here, are you?
Let's drop the pretenses, shall we? We were all about impressing Luis, and we've done that. You're all about results, aren't you?
You'll answer the question from me too. Why do you want to serve Master Luis? No lies now.
Mi sono innamorato di Giuna. No. Detesto Forden e la sua chiesa. Ammiro il potere di padron Luis.
I admire Master Luis's power.
What? As an elder? Want to get a little payback on the world too, do you?
Despite having been a general, he has Parapus as some of his closest allies. That alone marks a man worth following.
Huh.
Whatever. You got some brass tea, I'll give you that much. Already got more accomplished than that Gladel ever did. You seem like the types to make yourselves useful.
Not many get Ardel's blessing. It's worth celebrating that. For now. You're in.
Someone like you should already know what it's like. The minority tribes face walls and barriers everywhere they look in society. Our greatest hope rides with Master Luis. We'll do whatever it takes to make him king, and starting today, so will you.
Ok.
Come on then. Master Luis is waiting for you inside his gauntlet runner, the Caradrius.
And no funny business up there, yeah? Nothing gets past the king's magic, and Lord Luis is one of the top candidates. We've captured some, what, 10 odd assassins now? Lord Luis uses them for magic experiments and...
Ah, okay.
Well, you know how that ends.
We finally have access to Luis's headquarters.
It's a valuable opportunity. Ideally, while most of our group is meeting with Luis, someone else can do a quick search inside.
Certo. Tutti che guardano Gallica.
There's no one more suitable. Anyone else and he'd question their absence.
You're putting a solo infiltration on my tiny shoulders? But fine, I'll do it.
Once we're in the Skyrunner, we'll assess the situation, then deal with our own tasks.
Where?
Già tramonto, il tempo vola.
So?
Allora, il trasmettore di Luis, il Charadrius, è ormeggiato al porto militare. Prendiamo un traghetto in quella direzione.
Hello there.
Incredible.
Wow, standoci vicino ti rendi davvero conto di quanto sia grande questo trasmettore.
Ehi!
Ehi, voi, datevi una svegliata, vi va?
Sam!
Andiamo all'occhi. Potrete starvene imbambolati ad ammirare il Charadrius un'altra volta. Tanto col ricevimento e tutto il resto per un po' non andremo da nessuna parte. Ricevimento? Di che si tratta? Che ne dici di evitare di raccontargli tutti i nostri fatti, Bas? Non sono ancora amici, ufficialmente. Seguitemi, vi faccio fare il giro panoramico. Ecco un consiglio da amico. Rigate dritto. Provate a fare i furbi e siete morti. Mancate di rispetto a Lord Luis e siete morti. È chiaro? Parlate e siete morti. Ok. Scusate. Non si fa problemi a minacciarci. Cerchiamo di non far arrabbiare nessuno, ok?
Seriously.
Lord Louis è nella sala d'accoglienza, ma io non metterò alla prova la sua pazienza.
We're off. Check this out.
Io direi di salvare. Quando c'è questo tipo di entrata, vuol dire che stiamo per entrare dentro un dungeon o qualcosa di simile.
Indeed.
E infatti, scusate, questo trasmettore somiglia più a un castello che a un mezzo di trasporto. Non oso neanche immaginare l'interno. Infatti.
Got it.
Eccoci qua, entrate.
I'm leaving.
Non andatevene in giro, per chi non è abituato a perdersi qui dentro è un attimo.
Oh, yeah?
Wow, quanti soldati! C'era da aspettarselo visto che siamo nella roccaforte di Louis. Mi sento come se fossimo costantemente osservati.
Well.
Che ci piaccia o no, una recluta Elda attira inevitabilmente l'attenzione. Ma ora siamo dalla loro parte, quindi mostratevi sicuri di voi.
And yet...
Oi! You're not serious.
Non si può ancora esplorare, vedo.
Got it.
La sala d'accoglienza è l'ultimo piano, potete raggiungerlo con questo elevatore.
What in the...
Cos'è stato? Capita a tutti. Cos'è, una specie di sistema di chiusura controllato con la magia?
Yeah?
Serve a tenere fuori i malintenzionati. Non, che so, bastardi assassini che si spacciano per gente che vuole lavorare per noi.
I see.
Mi sembra un ottimo sistema. Immagino che servano delle chiavi per spostarsi liberamente.
Yeah.
Ogni area ha la sua chiave, ma solo i soldati di un certo grado possono tenerla. Se volete andarvene in giro con il trasvettore senza seccature, dovete prima salire di rango.
Evidently.
Telechiavi che solo i soldati sono in grado di non so leggere. Delle chiavi che solo i soldati di alto grado possono tenere. Sarà difficile esplorare questo posto senza. Allora dobbiamo trovare un modo per ottenerle. Ehi, già iniziate a parlottare tra voi? Basta chiacchiere e sbrigatevi a salire.
Oh, nice.
È molto più grande di quanto potessi immaginare. Quasi dimentico che ci troviamo in un trasvettore. Cerca di non ficcanasare troppo. Bene, cosa abbiamo qui? Stento a credere ai miei occhi. Questi ragazzi sarebbero le nostre nuove reclute? Quindi dopo uno spettacolino all'atto di coraggio delle mezze calzette vengono qui a considerarsi dei nostri? L'esercito di Louis sta proprio raschiando il fondo del barile.
No.
Questo gruppo ha l'approvazione di Lord Louis. Non ti sta bene? Caso al minimo problema e vedrai come verrai buttato giù da quel piedistallo.
What's the meaning of this?
E chi dovrebbe farlo? Queste pappe molli? Perché non vi fate sotto qui e ora? Vi farò vedere di cosa è capace il sergente Xant.
Don't even try it.
Oh, ma pianta la Xant. Tornatene al tuo posto da bravo. È un ordine.
Understood?
Ficcatevelo bene nelle vostre testoline. Qui il potere è tutto. Non mi sorprenderebbe se non duraste nemmeno 3 giorni prima di darvela a gambe.
Seriously.
Avete intenzione di restare lì impalati per tutto il giorno? Forza!
Here.
Queste sarebbero le stanze di Lord Louis? È solo una sala di ricevimento. Sarebbe sciocco mostrare i propri alloggi privati a un gruppo di sconosciuti, non credi?
Alright.
Lord Louis vi aspetta dentro. Entrate.
Hey.
Ora tocca a me. Vado a cercare la formula. Fai attenzione. Qui brulica di occhi dappertutto. Stai attenta. Certo. Fate attenzione anche voi. Bene, ora vado. A presto, spero.
A beautiful city, Brailhaven. But it is its identity I truly respect. Oceana's navy might well have won them the Annex War, if your Cronia hadn't chosen to forgo their honor and launch an opportunist attack in the wake of a storm. Even now, united in the kingdom, their pride in their power is what keeps this city alive. You wish to join my ranks. I need ask little else. Instead, I would hear what you wish to know most. Ask and I will answer. That is why I've bid you come here.
Here we go.
Cioè, ragazzi, siamo in un momento incredibile e a un certo punto devi rispondere così. Cioè, io sarei tentato veramente di rispondere in questo modo. Bah! Avete ucciso la famiglia reale? Dobbiamo metterci alla prova. Ci sta mettendo alla prova. Questo non va bene. Qual è il vostro piano contro Forden?
How do you plan on winning against Forden?
I will kill him. Not that my victory rests on doing so. That man and Sanctism both are malignant tumors in this country's flesh and must be excised to save it.
Così.
Aren't candidates protected by the king's magic?
The king is not a god. There is always a way. It is clear no small conviction drives you. Perhaps keeping you close will prove useful. You, assembled company, I hereby permit you to enter my service.
We are much obliged.
This is a heart of magic silver. Cut your finger and let the blood fall. A proper rite of loyalty. Shows how all our blood flows through the same heart.
Watch yourselves, though. If your own heart's not true to our cause, well, it's not just a drop you lose.
Oh mio
Might
Dio.
take off a whole limb.
Oh Dio.
You hesitate. Fear and anxiety. They always lead the people astray. But power and order trumps all. That is the crux of my rule.
A quanto pare non abbiamo scelta.
Good. It would appear we've passed.
Ha! Look at you, like knock-kneed lambs. Just having a bit of fun with you, eh? You think I'd go to all that effort?
Ma vaffanculo, ci ho fatto prendere in colpo, è inutile.
On August 13th, I intend to hold a soirée in this city. It seems a fine opportunity for you to make your debut in my retinue.
Very exclusive, see? Only for those good enough to be part of our campaign. You should feel honored.
As my gauntlet runner requires some maintenance, the party shall be held at the feast hall where I'm staying. In the meantime, do as you will.
Così, perfetto. Chissà come procede la ricerca di Gallica.
Only this area feels any different from the rest. I need a key to get in, though. It'd be nice if I could see what's going on in here, too.
Is that boy candidate here already?
Meeting with Count Luis as we speak, I think. Didn't think he'd end up on our side.
I expect we'll run into each other on the job, eh? That said, let's get back to our rounds.
Yikes! They're coming this way! I have to hide! Is this the other side of that door? Never thought it'd lead to a place like this. This area just screams suspicious with all the guards. The formula's gotta be somewhere around here. Is someone coming?
Figures they'd show up now.
Isn't that the songstress? What is she doing here?
Lady Juna, is something amiss?
I do recall saying I didn't need a personal guard today.
Yes, but this is Luis's personal quarters, and we thought in case you needed...
Well, I don't. You can do your guarding downstairs for today. Do you understand? And, well, I mean, do you really want to be guarding this door when Count Luis returns? Oh, the things you would hear. How awkward for us both.
You mean... Idiot, don't make the lady repeat herself.
Intimità?
Apologies, my lady. We'll make ourselves scarce.
Allora è veramente...
Close one. Opportunities like this are so few and far between. I've got to get this back in place. Oh, wonderful. How were these arranged again?
A magic spell? Is that the formula? Just my luck. I can't carry out something that big, and now I know where it is.
Jolly good! You've got the man's eyes on you. Now that you've sworn fealty, we can get right down in the guts of his Skyrunner.
I worry for Gallica. Perhaps we ask too much of her. I hope she's all right.
Ah, it seems you worried for naught.
I'm back!
Phew. You're clearly bursting with good news, too.
I know, right? I found where the formula is! I'm pretty sure I saw the real thing. Even if it wasn't, I'd bet the real one's somewhere in that room.
Masterfully done. We could have asked no better an infiltrator.
That songstress Juno was there too. I'm pretty sure it was Luis's private quarters. So I have to wonder what she was doing there.
Whatever the case, I assume you could lead the way to the room?
Well, yes, but it might be a bit tricky. To get to Luis's quarters, we'd need to go through the crew quarters, then through the starboard corridor, or the port corridor. You need a key to get into each of the divisions. Whoever's in charge at each guard post has one. Luis's private quarters have a special key too. That one's held by the representative on the bridge.
In short, we'll need to pass through 3 blocks. The crew quarters, either the starboard or port corridor, and the bridge.
It looked like he's usually got his quarters under guard. So we'll want to pick a time of day when there'll be less people around.
If we need it less crowded, then how about the night of the soiree?
Giusto.
Surely it would be a skeleton crew.
A quanto pare la festa si svolgerà in quella locanda di lusso aperta solo dall'alta società. Di sicuro nel frattempo i soldati incaricati del trasmettore saranno in città.
He would have us debut as his supporters on that night. How would we get away with not being present?
Maybe if we just excuse ourselves for a short time? We've got plenty of time to prepare. Securing an infiltration route, finding out when it will be less crowded, this is all work we can get done in advance. On the night of, Gallica and one other will slip out, swipe the formula, then return by the shortest route possible.
Have anyone in mind? My hearing makes stealth jobs simple work.
No. I think he'd be our best bet.
You would have the guest of honor himself absent?
This is Luis we're talking about. He's bound to notice any absence. If we've lost on that front already, we might as well send our strongest.
What do you think? It would be risky as a mere solo infiltration. Are you up to the task?
Dobbiamo solo organizzarci.
We'll just have to make it work.
You truly mean that?
Seriously. We're jumping from tightrope to tightrope here. We'll have to prep our infiltration strategy tomorrow. For now, let's get back to the inn and get some rest.
That reminds me.
Comunque ricordate l'uomo che abbiamo incontrato nel trasmettore di Luis? Sembra mandasse molto fiero della sua forza.
Yes.
Ah, quello che sembrava così pieno di sé, il sergente Exant, vero? Gli è stato detto di tornare alla sua postazione, il che mi fa pensare che potrebbe essere al comando di una delle aree del trasmettore.
I see.
Sarebbe una vera disdetta. Mi è bastato trovarmi al suo cospetto per capire che si tratta di un avversario formidabile. Dubito ci lascerà passare senza problemi. Ad ogni modo, per oggi dovremo riposare. Domani mattina parleremo meglio.
Look at that.
Anzi, salviamo.
Look at that.
Good night.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Now then.
A partire da oggi dovremo studiare un percorso che ci permetta di infiltrarci nelle stanze private di Louis. Il problema è chi comanda ciascuna area, i responsabili con le chiavi. Pare siano un gruppo formidabile. Come possiamo procedere? Forse l'opzione più semplice è anche la migliore. Isolarli uno alla volta, prenderci le chiavi con la forza e proseguire.
Even so...
In caso di un attacco occorre uno scontro rapido e decisivo. Se causassimo troppo caos e chiamassero gli rinforzi, per noi sarebbe la fine.
Yes.
I sottoposti di Louis si sono guadagnati i gradi grazie al loro valore in combattimento. Se li ferissimo nell'orgoglio, forse sarebbero disposti a trattare. Prendiamo delle precauzioni.
Yeah.
Già, una situazione nuova richiede nuove tattiche. Aumentiamo la nostra forza, magari cacciando taglie, altrimenti rischiamo di vedercela brutta. Infiltrazioni, battaglie brevi e decisive. Al contrario delle precedenti operazioni, in un'infiltrazione il tempo è un fattore cruciale. Dovrai assicurarti che le battaglie siano brevi, sconfiggendo gli ufficiali in comando entro un certo numero di turni. Gli ufficiali sono molto forti e ciascuno di essi vanta abilità speciali. Preparati al meglio per affrontarli, raccogli informazioni su di loro in città e migliora le tue abilità attraversando le richieste. Fico come sistema. Potremo scavare nel torbido rivolgendoci a un informatore. Chi lo sa, magari scopriremo qualche punto debole da sfruttare. Bene, a quanto pare, per capire come entrare nelle stanze di Louis dovremo fare qualche ricerca prima del giorno della festa. Già.